All right, B, it's time to get real. We had fun at the Spirit game. It was zero fun. Actually, let me ask you this. Hell, what was the score when you went out for Legends of the Game?
7-0, I think, at the time.
Okay, and then Washington
7-3. 7-3.
Yeah, okay.
Because I think Washington had scored when I went out. So
I was not surprised they kicked early in this one. I thought DQ, seeing how Seattle went, would just want to get some points on the board. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And try to make it, try to get it into a game rather than get it into an ass kicking early. The ass kicking came, but they did get points early.
Mm-hmm.
It's time for Blame Pies. Jeff, press the button. Open these phones up. 800-636-1067. 800-636-1067. I rarely go first, but I'm going to go first today. Because I've talked about, I think there's a lot of layers to this. And I have nothing for the offense. I thought offensively they probably couldn't have kept up. But like if this game ended 30-22, which would have been right in line with what Vegas saw from a total standpoint and a spread standpoint. Vegas had the total at 49.5. Spread was 7.5, 8, whatever that was.
Uh-huh.
Like if this game ended 30-22, I think people would have been like, all right, man, with the injuries and everything going on, that's reasonable.
Mm-hmm.
The way the Lions were able to move the ball, I'm looking at the defense first and foremost. I'm going 25 to the D-line, 25 to the secondary. And I understand those two things work in concert with one another, that you need pressure up front to help the secondary. There is no rule that prevents the secondary from making plays, though, on their own, and they do not.
Mm-hmm.
I worry tremendously about regression in the secondary. Young players that I was pretty clear about how high I was on Quan Martin this season.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's gone backwards. Samerstill's gone backwards. Amos has maybe been one of their best stories this year. He gets hurt yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it is so hard to point to anything that was done correctly. You got to look at coaches here. Joe Witt, I think you really got to wonder if Joe Witt is the D coordinator when they come back to the States for that Denver game. And I think the biggest thing fans are mad about is accountability. And I think that accountability starts by DQ saying something. Now, he's not running from anything, but he's also not changing anything. Do you think Joe Witt's move from the booth to the field made any impact?
Well, you look at the scores, it didn't.
Yeah.
You know?
And then again, I talk about the layers of this. I think you got to talk about the roster construction.
Yeah, but see, and we keep saying, we talk about the roster construction. If we talk about the roster construction and we keep bringing it up, that's part of the problem right there. Because
I got 25% of it.
Coaches basically, they coach who they have, and they don't choose who they have, for the most part.
I mean, it's all in concert, dude. Like the D-line and the secondary, the coaches and the front office. Like, this is what you've built, and this is a disaster. So everybody gets ownership. I even have honorable mention to my blame pie. The injuries are a factor, specifically the cluster of injuries at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you have Dorrance, who was playing well before the injury, if you have Wise, maybe Jahmyr Gibbs doesn't go for $150.
Mm-hmm.
And then another honorable mention. The lack of adjustments made in this game is just, maybe not the lack of adjustments made in this game, right? Because in the game, it's tough. But over the course of the season, I cannot understand, if you're getting smoked deep, what is your biggest worry if you start to blitz, giving up big plays?
Mm-hmm.
You're giving them up anyway.
Yeah.
Try something. Like, I know these guys work their asses off. These coaches work their asses off. There's no question about putting the time in, right? But if you watch the Minnesota tape and they're able to win with what is basically a rookie quarterback in his fourth start, they blitzed the hell out of Goff. They got Goff moving.
Mm-hmm.
Goff was chilling yesterday.
He was
chilling.
He was.
He might as well have been in a suite drinking Mai Tais. Like, he was relaxed.
I still ask the question. We say blitz because we see other teams blitz. Is our defense anywhere close to Minnesota's defense?
No, but what is the definition of
instead
insanity?
of it being 44-22 yesterday, it might have been 64-22 because they would have been scoring on one play drive.
It could have been 64-22 if they wanted to anyway.
But still, it's just like, you got to realize the blitz thing gives up a play quick, fast, and in a hurry. And if you're not getting, if you just go out and blitz just to be blitzing and you can't get home. See, the thing about it, most teams are blitz when they know 4 can cause problems. So they bring that 5th guy, maybe a 6th guy. We ain't causing problem with 4 or 5. Who we gonna bring, 8? I mean, it's just, listen, man. I agree with you. The defense has not been good at all, but I don't see us getting a lot of pressure when we do most things.
I agree. Let's start letting these phones work. They're going to be on fire. Mike is in Fairfax. Mike, lead us off. What's your blame pod, man?
Yeah, of course. Thanks, man. Thanks for taking my call, man. And I just want to say real quick, I love the fact that you guys show a lot of respect to the callers, but not hanging up on them and trashing them afterwards. That's awesome. Thank you for doing that.
No problem.
Second, I blame 50% on the injuries. I'm going to keep it simple. 50% on the injuries and the rest coaching. Yeah, we just don't look good, guys. It starts with the top. Thanks for taking my call.
Thank you, bro.
All right, man.
Thanks, man.
There's, barring somebody calling and blaming the alumni today, there's nothing I'm going to disagree with. Like, there is so much blame to go around that phone lines are going to be open all day. Let's get these phones loaded up here. 800-636-1067. Our guy Drew is on the line. Drew, how are you, buddy?
Hey, I'm good. Serenity now, JP. Serenity now.
Serenity now, insanity later.
Yeah. So I'm not as upset as you are because I kind of expected what happened. And but for the blame price, I put 30% on injuries. It's hard to play when you don't have bodies. Look, I'm not making excuses, but that's as hard. I put 30% on Parma and Chicago. Anyone who thought it was happy that we broke Chicago last year, that we married, sorry for the win, guys. They broke us. It's been just horrendous. We've been with this team for decades under the previous regime, and the way we're playing now is as bad as it's ever been, especially on defense. And so I put 30% on defense. And you can name a bunch of players, but I got to believe that we've seen the last of Joe Witt. Unfortunately, I'm not an overreaction guy, and I know he's in a tough situation, but there's got to be some accountability because this is not a professional caliber team.
I think he's going to be there in Madrid. I don't think.
Yeah.
I think if anything happens, it's in the bye week.
He might be walking home from Madrid.
That's a long walk, dog.
You can't walk from Madrid.
You need a canoe or something. All right, Drew. Appreciate you, bro.
All right, take care, guys.
I mean, just a disaster, man. Just a true disaster. Everybody's pissed. You're going to get your chance on the phones. We're going to do it all day. Alex is in Silver Spring. What's up, Alex?
What's up, fellas?
What's up, man?
All right, check this out. I'm going to say the percentage of my pie, and then I'm going to say why. 25% Terry McLaurin. 25 to Dan Quinn. 25 to the players. And 25 Joe Witt. Now, here's the why. AP was hired for our GM to negotiate the contracts and this and that. And remember, I love Terry. I don't have nothing against Terry. I love them. But we were never one player away from it. So if you hired a GM to make the choices, why are you stepping in on this man's toes? And we've seen this in the past. I'm 50 years old. Proudly say that I'm 50. So I've seen it all, heard it all. I'm happy.
Who's stepping on whose toes? What are you saying?
Okay, look, it's like this. I don't know inside okay, I'll put it to you like this. Dan Quinn, we hear that he's a player's coach. All right, now let me evaluate what that word means for us. That means he's a people's pleaser. If Terry's out there and we're not one player away, why, you know what I'm, and here's the good thing, though. We all these other guys under 1 year. Imagine if we would have buckloaded the boat and, like we did in the past with, hey, Albert Hainsworth and everything else. Man, we'd be looking super bad. I'm just glad I've seen the whole game. I'm able to see it, analyze it. This is our measuring dipstick. Where we at? What did Parcells used to say? You are who your record says you are.
Yeah.
So we try.
I'm still lost on the Terry thing. That you gotta make me understand.
Oh,
that,
okay. All right. Let me go on that one a little bit farther then. Okay. He said that the dude said that he was worth this much, right? And then the GM and then Peters came out and said that he was this is what he was willing to pay him. Then we got divided with the fans. And look, to add salt to the wound, we're paying $40 million for one touchdown.
All right, man. Appreciate the call.
You lost me with that one, but okay. Oh boy.
If it's specific to last night, I don't see how Terry's to blame. I don't know. I'm just gonna be honest on that one. John is in White Plains. What's up, John?
How you doing? Good morning.
What's up, John?
What's up? I was calling because I don't have a blame pie. I wanted to speak up for Daron Payne.
Uh-huh.
I was at the game yesterday in the club level watching the game, and St. Brown, he punched Daron Payne before the play before in front of the refs, and the refs didn't do anything. So Daron Payne punched him the next play and got threw out. So I'm like, that's crazy. So that's the reason why he punched St. Brown, which is
but retaliation gets the person retaliating always get caught, bro.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because he did it right in front of the ref, and the ref stepped in front of St. Brown and Daron Payne, punched Payne in the face and didn't throw a flag, that was wild. So I don't know. They just need to.
Yeah,
and I assume they did.
That should be a part of the.
We're a losing team.
He can go back and appeal it, and that would be a part of it. He can, if that's factual, and that referee stood right there, didn't call it, and then he called the next one. They may give him some leniency with that.
Appreciate the call, man.
He did because I saw it.
Yeah,
I don't think Kinlaw's making it up when he says St. Brown punched him first.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying, and this is a problem with referees, and I my problem with a lot of games is referee. If you're here to uphold the integrity of this game, you can't call stuff after you just saw somebody do something. You know what I'm saying? If you call it ahead of time, you stop the next thing from happening. If he had called that, Daron don't retaliate. If everything he said is true, they do that a lot. They'll let somebody do something and let it go. Then the next play they want to call it. If that happened, then Daron could probably appeal that thing. Might have to pay a fine still, but we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, you still can't just sock somebody like that. But
hey, I'm just saying, I'm in the world. You hit me, I'm gonna hit you back.
I get it.
And eventually, the ref needs to call it in the beginning, not wait.
Do you have a blame pie, Mr. Mitchell?
No.
Everybody, all of them.
Hey, I can't separate it. We lost, so it's a whole pie. Go for the whole team.
Last night was tough because offensively they gave him a chance. You know what I'm saying? And it probably wasn't enough, but it was there. And I think, when you see, it started raining hard late in that game, but fans were leaving before the rain. Fans lasted longer in this one than they did in the Seattle game when people were leaving in the first half.
Yeah.
But midway through the third quarter, people were leaving. And I don't blame them. I don't blame them one bit, man. The other thing we haven't talked about, that was the first time I think this season we really saw what looked like the old FedEx. The Lions fans took over that joint. It was, I was on the radio. I did a pregame hit with Denton, and he stopped me as I was talking, and he's like, yo, is that a Let's Go Lions chant? I was like, yeah, it's loud.
Yeah.
They were there.
When I was down on the field and you look, that lower bowl was blue.
Blue.
Yeah.
Honolulu, blue. Everywhere. And, if fans are selling their tickets, like, I don't blame you. What do you have to be? I don't know, man. That was seriously dispiriting. I know the White Brian just texted me. I didn't know if it was where I was sitting, but he said you could hear Jared Goff chants on TV.
Yeah,
it was loud, dude. That was a Lions crowd, man, and that. I wonder if your ownership, if you're Josh Harris, the amount of goodwill put in the bank last season by Adam Peters, Dan Quinn, the goodwill capital they acquired in the belief in what they're building and doing last year has to be significant. You're spending some capital now, man. Mm-hmm. If you're Josh Harris and you're looking around and you're like, what the bleep is going on here?
Yeah.
They're flying through it.
But I think Josh is used to rebuilding, so I don't think he makes many drastic moves off of one thing.
I agree, but to your earlier point, like everybody's culpable in, okay, maybe we're not rebuilding anymore. Maybe we're going for it.